Hi everybody, it's Amy here at Bex Yoga with your yoga class today. We are going to focus on some Surya Namaskars, sun salutations with a little wave of a downward dog. So we'll talk more about that when we get there. So that's it. Let's get started by warming up our legs here. Let's go ahead and lie down. If you'd like a blanket or anything under your shoulders or your hips, get whatever you like to make yourself comfortable. And then let's just go ahead and lie on back. Let's just start off by settling in this today. Take a nice deep breath in. Big exhale out. Push all that air out of your body here. Big inhale. Big exhale. Really just focus on getting all of that air out as deep as you can stand it here. One more time. Big deep inhale. Big exhale. And then let those legs get heavy. Let your arms get heavy. Let your shoulders sink into your mat. Close your eyes if that feels good to you. Couple of breaths here, just settling in. Start to clear your mind. Thinking about how productive your day is going to be once you have your yoga done. It's a great start to any day. It's also a great close to any day. So if this is your evening, I hope that you had a lovely day and you were as productive as you wanted to be. And if you're not, you can always, if you were not as productive as you wanted to be, you can always try again tomorrow, right? All right, from here, if you'd like to use an Ujjayi breathing for your practice, let's close our mouth. Slowly inhale through your nose. Nice slow exhale out of your nose. Slow inhale. Nice slow exhale. Seeing if you can tap into that constriction in the back of your throat here. As you exhale, you're pushing that air out through your nose, almost like you're fogging up a window. But the air is leaving through your nose instead of your mouth. I know for me, this took me about a good 2 months to master or really even get this breath down to begin with. So if you're spending a lot of time trying to figure it out, don't worry about that throat constriction. Focus more on the inhaling and the exhaling through your nose. And again, it's just an option if you like. All right, on your next inhale, let's hug our right leg in, giving it a nice big squeeze. Oh, big squeeze here. And then let's take our hands and place them on our right knee. And as we exhale, let's draw a circle with that knee out to the right, warming up our hip here. If this is a little too intense to make a big circle, that's okay. Just make a smaller circle. Seeing if you could keep that left hip onto the mat here as you roll, locking in through your core muscles here, keeping you stable on the mat so you're not rocking and rolling all over. All right, let's go ahead and grab our strap here, if you'd like to use a strap. Then unravel that strap and wrap it around the ball of your right foot. And as you inhale, let's lengthen through our leg here. Nice big stretch along those hamstrings here. Belly button pulls in. Seeing if you can make a straight line up that leg. If you need to bend your knee a little bit because your back of your knee is feeling a little overextended, then do that. Dip those toes below your heel if you can stand it. Let those arms slide down the strap. And then let your shoulders relax back to the mat. A lot of times we grab onto the strap and our shoulders hunch forward like we're holding on for dear life. This just needs to be a loose grip. It's just helping you be a little stable here. Inhale, continue to lengthen through that leg. Like you're trying to reach toward the ceiling with that heel. Inhale, push, 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 and then exhale. Bring those toes toward the floor above your head. Imagine they could reach all the way to the floor. They won't, that's okay. If you'd rather bring 2 fingers up inside your big toe instead, that is another option of holding on to that leg. With every inhale, lengthen through that leg, and every exhale, continue to drop those toes. Little micro movements. You don't have to make any big movements here, and only do what feels right for your body. If you feel like the back of your leg is going to snap, then loosen that grip here. Let go of the toes, let the leg come back up a little bit more. Do what's comfortable for you. I like to take my hands onto my strap and let my arms act like a little anchor, pulling my leg even closer to me. And inhale, let's bring that leg back into neutral. Remove that strap. Exhale, hug that knee in. And with your next exhale, drop that right leg over to your left side. Extend that right arm out to your right side and sink into this nice easy twist here. See if you can get that right shoulder back to the mat here. If your shoulder is kind of suspended there and it's uncomfortable for you, blankets, pillow, block, whatever you have to even out your back, use it. Make yourself as comfortable as you can. Big inhale. Nice smooth exhale, sinking in here. And then inhale, let's gently roll back to the center, and exhale, release that leg out to the floor. Inhale, let's hug in the left leg. Get a nice big squeeze of that leg, nice big hug. And then with an exhale, let that leg make a circle out to the left side. Drawing a knee with that circle, big or as little as you like. Seeing if you can keep that right hip kind of locked onto the mat. Warming up of that hip space. Let's hug it in. Grabbing our straps. Wrap that strap around the ball of your left foot, and then inhale. Let's lengthen through that leg. Nice and long, big stretch along the back of that leg. Bending the knee if you need it. Remember to keep that leg safe. Keep those tendons on the back of your knee nice and safe. Only do what's comfortable for you. And with your exhale, let's move those toes toward the floor above your head. Feel free to reach up and place 2 fingers inside that big toe if you like. Really lengthening, feeling that nice stretch along the back of the leg. Taking whatever you prefer here. And exhale, let's release that leg, remove the strap. On your next exhale, hug that left leg in. And with an exhale, drop that left leg over to your right side. Roll that left shoulder back, turning your gaze out over those left fingertips if you can stand it. If that's a little much for your neck, then focus your gaze just straight up at the ceiling. And then inhale, let's roll back over onto our backs. Let's bring both legs in. And then as you inhale, bring your chin into your chest and hugging it as tight as you can here. And exhale, relax your shoulders back to the mat. And when you're ready, you can inhale, rock right on up. Or come on over to one side and gently press yourself up to a nice, easy seat. Sorry, losing my microphone there. Then come on around here. Let's take some gentle windshield wipers of our legs from side to side. And then we're going to bring those legs on around, moving right into a tabletop. But we're not going to be here. We're not staying here. We're going to flip our toes, press those palms into the mat, and slide those hips up into our downward dog. So since this is our first one here, let's really calibrate it. Pressing our palms into the mat, spinning our triceps in toward our ears. Let the head and neck relax. As you inhale, lift those hips up toward the ceiling like somebody's pulling those hips up for you. If you'd like to roll all the way up onto your tippy toes and roll back down, roll up on your tippy toes and heels back to the mat, you can give that a try, or you can gently pedal it out here, moving those hips from side to side. Again, let's go through this one more time, pressing our palms and anchoring out through our fingers. Triceps are spinning in toward our body. Head and neck relax. Shoulders are sliding down our back. Belly button pulls in. Our pelvic floor lifts in as we inhale and let those hips rise toward the ceiling. Exhale, imagine those thighs pressing out toward the back of the room as those heels head toward the mat. And then settle in. Alrighty, on your next inhale, lift through that belly button, really lift through that pelvic floor, send those hips on up, and then imagine a little wave starting in your lower back and working out through your head here. Inhale, lift, rocking forward, letting that arch come into your shoulders, coming on here into your plank pose. Head is the last thing to come on up. And then let's go ahead and glide right on back into our downward dog. Try that again. Inhale, we'll lift the hips up, rolling through our back here, letting that roll come through our head last. One more time, back into our downward dog. Inhale, really pull the belly button. Imagine that little wave in the lower back, rolling through those shoulders, coming all the way out. Whew. Back into downward dog. Have a nice big inhale here. Exhale, sink to your knees, toes together, knees mat distance apart, and let's take a little break in that child's pose. Wrist circles here if you need to. Exhale, plant those palms in. Inhale. Again, let's use that same rocking motion to come up into our tabletop. Belly button pulls in as your pelvic floor lifts, and you rock and roll into your tabletop. Flipping those toes and sending those hips up and back into downward dog. Whoo-wee, all right. Have an inhale here, and then as you exhale, let's walk these feet forward into ragdoll pose. Hanging out right here. Anchoring through our feet, softening through the knees here. Let your belly rest on your legs. Arms are heavy. Head and neck are relaxed. Go ahead and grab elbow to elbow if that's comfortable for you. Let your head totally relax here. Those arms are framing your head. If you're still lifting your head up, you're going to cause yourself some strain and a neck ache later today. So let that head totally relax. Press those feet in and inhale. Slowly roll on up. You can release your arms if you like. Imagine as if you could go one vertebrae at a time. You really can't, but it's a nice visual. Coming all the way up. Head and neck relax. Arms are off to the side. Take a big cleansing breath. And let it out. Big breath in. Big exhale out. Let's see if we can tune back into that Ujjayi breathing. And let's find our way into our mountain pose. So our feet are about hip distance apart. I prefer the more anatomically correct. You may have trained over the years where your toes are together, your heels are apart. That does give you a little internal rotation on the knees, and if that's fine with you, that's fine with me. But otherwise, I like the hip distance apart because my toes and knees are forward, and it keeps my knees from doing that little bit of a twist. Our knee is a bending joint, not a twisting joint. So anyway, this is just what works better for me. So do what's right for your body. Feet are pressing in, toes and knees are forward, lifting through our quads, tilting that pelvis forward, lifting through our pelvic floor. Abs are wrapping in here in our little cage, and our arms are off to the side. Close your eyes here, scanning your mountain, noticing if your toes, or if you could feel if your toes are crooked or you're leaning to one side more than the other. Balance things out here. Really feel your body and what it feels like here, what it's doing. Let's take that half sun salutation. So inhale, we're sweeping the arms on up, reaching up. Shoulders are away from the ears. A little lift through our heart if that's comfortable. Gazing up, looking up. And exhale, hinge from your hips and fold forward here. Let that head and neck relax. Soft bend in those knees, coming in all the way to where your belly's resting on your thighs, if that's comfortable for you. Remember, head and neck are relaxed. We're going to take it nice and slow here at first. And then inhale, really rooting into those feet, using the force of those feet, pressing those feet into the mat, lengthening through our legs, belly button pulls in as we roll back up, that little ocean wave, start leaning our back out to the top of our head, nice and long here into our half lift. Shoulders are away from the ears. And exhale back into that forward fold. Rooting those feet into your mat. Inhale, sweep the arms on up. Exhale those hands to your heart center. Inhale, let's sweep the arms on up. Exhale, hinging from those hips as we roll around into our forward fold. Inhale, rolling up in that little wave, pull our belly button in, head and neck are the last thing to come out, gazing out in front of you into your flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Pressing those feet in. Inhale, sweep the arms on up. Exhale those hands to your heart center. We'll do that again, but without all my talking. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale as you rise back into your mountain pose. Exhaling those hands to that heart center. Let's go ahead and take our sun salutation A, Surya Namaskar A. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, half lift, flat back, looking ahead. Exhale, we're planting our hands here as we step back into plank. Trying to get that nice straight line from our shoulder to our elbow to our wrist, pressing into our palms. Really kind of like we're pressing the earth away from us. Now, if that really hurts your wrist, you can hinge back just a little bit, letting your hands really absorb the weight, though. Make sure you're not pressing into those wrists. Or if it hurts your shoulders, you can hinge back just a little bit into our plank. Or you're always welcome to come to your knees. Knees can be your best friend here, right? So take a nice big inhale and exhale as we lower into our chaturanga. Now, chaturanga and I are not good friends, so I like to bend my knees here, bring my knees to the mat, bending my elbows back, coming all the way to the ground. Tucking our hands in by our rib cage here. Inhale, lift through our heart. Roll the shoulders back. Pull that belly button in. Again, pull that belly button and lift through that pelvic floor. Let those thighs lift off the mat if you could stand it, while the tops of our feet are pressing into the mat. And then we'll inhale, roll around our toes, and exhale, rolling up into that downward dog. Send those heels toward the mat. Inhale, come high on the toes. Exhale, heels to the mat or toward the mat. Inhale. and exhale. Inhale and exhale. On your next inhale, let's lift into those hips, pulling that belly button and letting that wave travel all the way through and out the top of our head. And then exhale, let's come on back. Inhale, taking that wave. Come on back. One more time. Take that wave. And as we do that, let's step forward into our forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Press those feet into the mat and inhale, sweep the arms on up. And exhale your hands to your heart center. And again, inhale. And exhale into that forward fold. Inhale, roll through your back as you come into your half lift. Exhale, forward fold, plant those palms, and step back into your plank. Have an inhale and plank here, whatever version you like. And as you exhale, lower into your chaturanga, or all the way to the ground. On your inhale, roll the shoulders back, lift through your heart, pull the belly in as you lift through the pelvic floor, tilt that pelvis forward, lift those thighs off the mat, pressing those tops of your feet into the mat. Inhale, roll around those toes, and exhale, cruise on into your downward dog. Inhale, lifting our hips. Exhale, sinking our heels. Inhale, pulling that belly in, lifting through that pelvic floor, and releasing here. Inhale, start that wave in your lower back, moving all the way through to plank, and pull through that belly and head on back. Reverse that wave. Inhale, rolling that wave. Roll that wave back. 2 more times on your own here. Then we'll all meet in downward dog. Woo. Let's draw our attention to our right leg. On our inhale, let's lift that right leg on up. Exhale, pulling that knee, and really make room here for that leg to come through. Pull that belly in, tilt the hips up toward the ceiling, and send that right leg all the way through. Pivot that back foot parallel-ish to the back of your mat. Again, that knee, we don't want to twist it too much, so let the knee follow the toes. Try to get those hips to square forward. It's okay if they open to the side of the room. You've got to do what's right for your body. And then inhale. Let's sweep those arms on up into a warrior one. Big breath in. Big exhale out. And on our next exhale, we'll open up into that warrior two. Drop those shoulders away from the ears. Long in those arms, looking out over those front fingertips. Inhaling back into our warrior one. Exhale the hands to the mat. Inhale, pivot that back toe. And exhale, let's step back into our plank. Have an inhale here. Exhale, lower however you like. Inhale into upward dog. Exhale into downward dog. 3 of those rolls here. Inhale, roll into plank. And come on back. Lift and lift and lift and roll it out. And roll it back. One more time. Rolling it out and rolling it back. Have a resting breath here. Inhale the left leg on up. Exhale, making room. Pull the belly in, lifting through those hips. Rolling all the way through. Plant that left foot by your left thumb. Pivot that back foot parallel-ish. You can open it up wide enough, like giving yourself hip distance between your legs. And inhale, sweep the arms on up. And exhale, open up into that warrior two. Again, really lifting through that pelvic floor here, dropping those shoulders long in those arms, really moving those hands away from each other. And inhale, arms up. Let's pivot on that back toe. Exhale, hands to the ground. Have an inhale here and exhale. Step back into your plank, moving through your vinyasa or heading right on in to your downward dog, whatever you prefer. And on your inhale, let's pull that belly button in, making our way to the front of our mat, letting that wave happen on our back as we step forward into our forward fold. Inhale into our half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Pressing those feet into the mat. Inhale, sweeping the arms on up. And exhale your hands to your heart center. I hope you're liking this so far. You should be feeling warm. Your heart should be running a little bit, really feeling your body working here. Inhale the arms on up. Exhale, hinge from those hips and fold forward. Inhale, rolling into your half lift. Exhale, planting those hands and stepping back into plank. Have an inhale and plank. Exhale, lowering however you like. Inhale into the upward dog. Exhale into your downward dog. Inhale, pull the belly button in. Wave rolling into our plank. Roll it on back. One more time here, rolling into our plank. Roll it on back. Inhale our right leg on up. Exhale, step that right leg all the way through. Pivot that back foot. Inhale, sweep the arms on up. Exhale into your warrior two. Lifting that heart. Long in those arms. Inhale, back to the center here. Exhale our hands to our leg here. Inhale, lift through the heart. Exhale, press your palms into your thigh. Pressing your heart into your shoulder blades here. That's going to give you a nice hip flexor stretch on that left leg. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. I was doing it with my eyes closed and it made me a little wobbly there, so be careful. Do what's right for your body. Inhale the arms up. Exhale the hands to the mat. Inhale, pivot that back toe. And exhale, cruise through your vinyasa or head right on into downward dog. 3 of those rolling planks here. Pull the belly button in, rocking forward. Bring it on back. Roll it in. Come on back. One more time. Roll through that belly. Come on into that plank. Heading on back. Inhale that left leg on up. Exhale, bring that left leg all the way through. Pivot that back foot and rise into your warrior one. Exhale, open on up into that warrior two. Long and strong here in our arms. Inhale back to the center. Exhale your hands to your thigh. You can interlace your fingers here. Inhale, lift through the heart. Exhale, roll the shoulders back. Feel that stretch. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, sweep the arms on up. Exhale your hands to the mat. Inhale, pivot on that back toe. And exhale, step back into plank and cruise on through your vinyasa. Once you're in downward dog, let's inhale, pull that belly button and rolling forward as we step into our forward fold. Inhale, roll into your half lift. And exhale, forward fold. Press those feet into the mat. Inhale, sweep the arms on up. And exhale your hands to your heart center. Whew. We're going to go ahead and move those hips a little bit here if you have the urge. That felt good. Felt really good today. All right, let's step those feet hip distance apart. Turning our toes to the outside here. Nice and even on our feet here. Make sure those knees are following those toes. We're going to move into a squat. So if you already know you need support under that bottom, grab some blocks, grab a bolster, grab a stool if you're at home, something that you can actually sit onto. Inhale the arms on up. Exhale the hands down. Inhale and exhale. This time we're going to inhale the arms up. Exhale, bringing our hands to our heart center. Inhale, lift through the heart, and exhale. Send those hips toward the ground here. Again, sitting on something. So once I get here, sometimes I need to adjust. My feet were a little adventuresome, more adventuresome than I was feeling today. So I'd bring them a little closer together. My hands are at my heart center. I'm inhale, lifting through my heart, pressing my arms into my thighs. Now, if you are at home and you are sitting on something, you should practice lifting yourself up. So you're on your blocks. So get the positioning down here. Get to where you're comfortable and practice just pressing into those feet and seeing if you can lift yourself up evenly, okay? And mostly comfortably. If you don't like that, then just stay on the block. It's okay. Okay, inhale the heart up. Arms press into the thighs. And exhale, release. Inhale, press, 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 press. And exhale, release. One more time. Inhale. We're going to hold that, but we're going to continue to breathe. And then exhale, release those thighs. And then one hand at a time, one leg at a time. And then we're going to gently sit back here onto our bottom, bringing our blocks nearby. Have a nice big inhale and exhale. Let's just roll right on back. We did a lot of rolling through our belly and our hips today, so let's open those up. So bending your legs here, press your feet into the mat, toes and knees face forward, lifting through our glutes, and we're going to move into a supported bridge. Now, it's really important that you're safe here, so bring that block under your sacrum, gently test it out here. And once you feel you're in the right spot and you're comfortable, go ahead and release the weight of your hips onto that block. If you're new to the supported bridge, I would use a bigger surface area just to give you more support. And as you get more and more proficient with it, more experience with it, you can move to a higher level if that suits you. All right. So finding your sweet spot here. Take a nice big inhale. And then on your exhale, you can either extend your legs nice and long, really opening up through this belly space here into your lower abdomen, into where we carry stress, into where our cramps happen. So whenever you're feeling tight, achy, uncomfortable in that lower abdomen space, supported bridge is a nice relief. So from here, if you'd rather have your legs in supported butterfly, then bring those feet together. As you inhale, gently glide them in. This is a little too intense. Bring your hands out to support those legs and slide them back out. Or keep them right here folded. Again, whatever works for you. Really sinking into that belly, letting everything get heavy, opening up that whole abdomen here. I'll have a few breaths here. And then exhale your hands to the outsides of your thighs if you're in butterfly. And inhale, gently guide them together, pressing those feet in. Gently and slowly lift those hips up off that block. And as you exhale, slowly release. Let those legs windshield wiper from right to left. And once you're back in neutral, inhale, hug those legs in. You can take those rocks from side to side here, massaging into your lower back if you'd like to move those legs in a circle. Do what feels good for you here. If you'd like to go all the way into happy baby, grabbing the outsides of your feet, you can do that, lengthening through your legs here, Maybe bringing them into a baby butterfly, whatever you like here. This is your last little movements, whatever you feel you need here. Now, as you're starting to think about the other things you have to do in your day, or you hear noises of the family or whatever it is, take a second here and commit to the Shavasana that we're moving to. It's really important that you take this little bit to rest your mind and your body. Let's go ahead and hug our legs in. And as you exhale, release one leg at a time out to the mat, one arm at a time to the mat. Finding a comfortable space here. Take a really deep breath in. Stay with me. Big exhale out. Big inhale. Big exhale. Last one. Big breath in. Big exhale out. Sinking into your mat. Sending those thoughts away on a little thought bubble. Let's just rest our mind and body. With your next breath, bring some movement into your body, wherever it strikes you first. Maybe it's your toes, maybe it's your fingers, and maybe you'd like to just stay right here for a little longer. You are welcome to do whatever feels right for you. And then inhale, you can hug your knees in. And if you'd like to roll over to one side and press yourself up to a nice easy seat, you can. Or you can rock on up and come on into an easy seat, whatever feels best for you. We'll bring our hands into Anjali Mudra today. Thank you so much for joining me for this practice and trying new things with me. I truly appreciate you. One little mantra today. So feel free to say it inside or say it loud and proud, whatever feels good. I love my body and I trust its wisdom. Namaste.